At 5 o'clock today, the judge in the Abrego Garcia case has set another deadline for the administration to provide more information about what exactly happened there. Last night in his ABC interview, the president seemed to say that, yes, he could get Abrego Garcia back if he wanted to. I think it's an uncharitable reading of what he meant, honestly, but it's being interpreted as his having, and people are curious to see if the judge will say, well, the president said he could get him back. We'll talk about that.
Yeah, I'm with you on that one. That's not
Yeah.
that.
So let's go there. ABC interview. The things that are getting the most attention, besides how tetchy it was between Terry Moran and the president, are what he said about tariffs and what he said about the Abrego Garcia case. Sean, anxious to jump in. What are your lessons from the ABC interview?
I just don't know that it was the right time to have a contentious interview like that. I don't know. Like, I think exactly what we kind of predicted was going to happen. Like, I think the president made Terry Moran look like a fool. I think ABC got to have their moment if in a piece the left that said, "See, we're out there being the resistance." I just don't know that on the 100th day mark that was the interview to have. Like, you should. That's actually when you want your feel good positive media to run. So I think that my takeaway is, the hostile media serves a purpose at times when you want to show you're fighting. I'm not sure that was the best time to have that on a day that, by the way, you're having two kind of rallies. So it's one of the reasons that we always used to have this informal rule that the press secretary doesn't speak on camera when the president's speaking is you don't want to undermine the president. And it's almost like there's a corollary rule that says don't have other interviews that are going to undermine the big rallies if you're going to try to get the attention there. So I felt like they took away from two big Michigan events that were going to capture all the attention by having this thing. And again, I think most people on the right loved the interview because it was contentious and he made Terry Moran look like a fool for a lot of stuff. But I also think that it was scrappy, not an opportunity to highlight all the accomplishments.
Dan.
I think reality bites. I think he's struggling in the polls. He's struggling on almost every issue, and he struggled to explain it in the interview, and it showed. His talk on inflation is starting to fail the common sense test. It's the first time I've ever said that about Donald Trump, and I think it was really apparent. He was scrambling all over the place. He was contradicting himself. He said, "Oh, I had to do this," when of course he didn't. He chose to do it. And he tried to say that prices aren't going up when just people in their everyday lives, Sean, you say it. I mean, it's not a question of a government statistic. It is in your gut. Do you feel like things are better or you think things are getting worse? And when you dig in like that, and that was Biden's problem, he would not acknowledge it. He would not give an inch. So, look, on the immigration stuff, on the Doge stuff, I didn't think it was great. Sean, I think the base, loved everything he said. But it's tough. He's in a tough spot right now, and it showed.
By the way, like last night, just echoed statistics that the Media Research Center put out. 92% of the coverage of President Trump in the first 100 days negative. And here's the kicker: on the cabinet, they did a little deep dive on them. 89% of the coverage on RFK negative, 96% of the coverage of Elon Musk negative, and 100% of the coverage of Pete Hegseth negative.
Hey, want to be part of the two-way community all the time? Hit the subscribe button. Great video clips like this, plus conversations like no other, full episodes and more, always available on this channel. You got to hit subscribe to never miss a thing.